What is rockin', team? We are here with none other Mr. Nate Jorgensen.
Holy
Nate
cow.
the Great. Watch out, because we're about to tackle this incredible video for you, how to grow your network by asking for what you want.
Exactly.
We got 3 key bullet points that we're gonna break down. But first, we have a gift for you. And you know
have a
what?
gift for
we
me?
got a gift for you, for
It's not
everybody
just this
that's watching.
exceptional energy?
It's It is a gift to teach you how to develop an online course in 90 days or less and save you tens of thousands of dollars in the process.
Nice.
It's in a masterclass. That's the gift. It's linked below. So go check it out. But first, let's dive into this video. So how to grow your network by asking for what you want. The number one thing that we talked a lot about is targeted referral requests.
Absolutely.
What is that all about? Tell us what targeted referral requests are all about. What are they, Nate? Tell us about
I don't
it.
know. It's crazy. It's kind of this weird thing. You've always been to these get-togethers where people say, well, you know, I'd like to ask that I'd like to be introduced to all the gas stations across the Denver metro area. Fantastic. We will get right on that. Actually, no. We want to know which gas station and who runs that gas station and how we can make that introduction and who do they know. Keyword being targeted.
Targeted. Boom.
Right? So what does that mean? That means we want to know who at what company do you want to be introduced to. So I want to meet Hector with eLearning Partners. That's who I want to meet. And you put that out to your network and you find out who knows them. The beauty of LinkedIn with all the connections, the shared connections, the seconds, the thirds, all of those, that's how this works. And then that's what you put out to your network, right? Instead of just showing up and be like, does anybody know anybody that does video work?
Yeah.
Well, that's so vague and so ridiculous. How are you going to get any help? How are you going to get any traction? Be targeted, be intentional, be focused on this stuff. Don't make it an ask. Tell your network who you want to be in front of. Does that make sense?
100%. You said something, Nate, that I absolutely love on how to grow your personal network, which is focus. There's one thing I've learned that Johnny and I have learned over the many years of being entrepreneurs.
Right.
The less focus you have, the less business that you will have, the less you grow your network. We actually came up with the saying, and that saying is if you focus on 1,000,000 doors, none will open, but if you focus on one door, 1,000,000 will open. This is a big thing, Nate, is people do not have a process. They don't make it actionable. Right. Tell us about this, man. You guys are rock stars at this.
And so many people have this misconception that they can just show up and ask for this business and it's just going to get dropped in their lap. But to your point, if you don't have a process and you aren't making it actionable, you're never going to get to this point here, which is the targeted referral request. So this, I'm sorry to say, is going to require a little bit of work on your end.
Really?
Yeah? Well, you know, got to put in some effort.
Oh, man. I thought if you just open the doors, people will come flocking in.
Crazy fucking concept. Okay, so have a process, make it actionable. What this means as it relates to the targeted referral requests is that you need to come with a list. You need to identify and know who those targets are that you want to be in front of. So that's your prospect list. Those are your people that you're trying to get business from, that you want to talk with. That could also be referral partners for you. It doesn't always have to be somebody that's business. It could be somebody that you know that you could be a great partner with. You have to do the work, you have to have a procedure, and you have to do the research to be able to have the information to ask for the targeted referral request. Does that make sense?
That makes so much sense. Guys, again, if you're trying to build your network, right? A lot of people are wondering, how do I build my network?
Right.
How do I build relationships, right? Of course, in addition to having targeted referral requests and understanding that you need to have a process to make it actionable. Now, here's another big thing is that when you do those actions, right? The people that are involved with those actions that you are doing, whether if it's giving referrals, receiving referrals, whatever the case may be, they see that. And people love when you do what you say you're gonna fucking do.
It's mind-blowing, right?
And that builds trust, which builds relationships, which builds network.
And it builds momentum, right? Because when you're investing and when you're putting in and when you're helping people out, they see that, and subconsciously or even consciously, especially those that are very aware, they owe you. And that's where you want to be, by being a giver, right? And so that's how this all works. I just want to add that all of this, targeted referral requests, having a process and making it actionable, is something that you apply to your network that you've built. So now that you've built up a network and you have these contacts and you've identified your strategic centers of influence, this is where you start to leverage the relationships. This is where it starts to pay off, right?
Oh my God, do you see why Nate and just the whole
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just rambling, man.
Well, you know, what you said is a perfect transition to the number 3 thing, which is be intentional for what you want, for what you're
Yes.
looking for, right?
Yes.
Be intentional. It's okay to be intentional, right?
Yeah.
Ask for what you want, right? You know, don't be shy. People
Well, don't be
wanna
a
help
baby
you.
about it. If you sit in the corner and you don't ask for what you want, you're never going to get what you want, especially because nobody knows what you want because you won't say anything. So you've done the research, you have a targeted referral request, now be intentional about asking for it. And I would almost say, don't ask, tell us what you want. This is something that I'm working on with people in Firestorm in our chapters. A lot of people kind of want to be very shy and very polite, and they think that being very passive about this is going to get them somewhere. Now, I'm not saying run into a room and go full Hector and just start beating the gavel and jumping on the tables and going nuts. What I am saying is now that you have a targeted referral, now that you have a process and it's actionable, this is the action. Be intentional with that action. So to me, it's all about how you frame it. Some people would say, you know, I guess I'd really like to have X, correct? Mm-hmm. I want people to be intentional. I want you to be intentional, and I want you to be intentional. So what I want you to do, instead of asking for it, say, I need to meet Hector with eLearning partners. Who knows him? And the magic happens.
Couldn't have said it better. This is why Nate is incredible. And remember, we do have a free gift for you that is linked below. If you are looking to develop an online course in 90 days or less, you want to cut your work week in half, you want to spend more time with your loved ones and doing the things that you love, well, that's what this masterclass is. Exactly. You will learn how to do that. Take what you know, transform it into an online course that will actually sell. We'll see you in the next video.
I'm stoked.